I think we're live, audience. New streaming platform, trying to figure it out. Hopefully, it's working. Let's find out first to begin with. Let's see how it works. A little excited. Let's see if this is working, audience. I think it is. Oh my God. All right, here we go. There we go. It looks like it might be working, audience. Am I stuck? Am I what? Hopefully, it's working. Yeah, it's actually working. Let's see if this is working, audience. I think. So, this is one. It's probably a small, very small podcast tonight to discuss the future topic, which will probably come tomorrow evening. And that is going to be the video that exposes how my infant child was assaulted and the abuser managed to escape using fraud and framing the father. And that's going to be a hell of a story that I'm going to share tomorrow with evidence and proof that it happened. Now, this happened, I want to say, in 2022, around Valentine's Day. Actually, it happened the night before Valentine's Day. But for the last almost 4 years, I've never been able to prove it. And people might say, how? Well, because I was stupid. I'll admit that totally. And I didn't call the cops on this person at the time, because I allowed my personal feelings to get away ahead of me for what really mattered, which was the safety and the well-being of my child. And I made a major mistake. That mistake has cost me the last 4 years of my life going through hell because I did not do what I should have done from the beginning, and I have paid for it. But I'm lucky, and God is good, people, because suddenly, not even suddenly, I want to say thankfully, this abuser has exposed themselves by committing a serious act of fraud that I'm hoping that by making this video, I am able to reach the mother of the child who will see this video and see the evidence that I'm going to put up and allow herself to be mature enough to put her own hatred to the side, step up, tell the truth, and let this woman answer for what she did to our child. Because she most certainly assaulted our child and then committed a major act of fraud upon ACS and DCYPNP of New Jersey to avoid accountability. For the last 3 years, she's manipulated state prosecutors, municipal prosecutors, and the judiciary system by using the very act of fraud she committed to escape the abuse charges to claim that I, as the father, lied on her and tried to have me framed in multiple counties. Now, here is the God's honest truth, people. I never lied on this woman. This woman was so obsessed with the fact that she got dumped and embarrassed in the small, pathetic community of Staten Island. And Staten Islanders, don't be offended, but it's the truth, that she decided to frame me so her personal reputation stays intact. That's unfortunate, people, because in doing this, she assaulted my infant child and has created unmatched hell on my life for the last 4 years. I've gained some skills lately, as many people now know in the legal field, and I've decided to use those skills to have my child receive the justice that she never received, because this woman most certainly falsified an iPhone picture. Now, some people might say, how do you know she falsified an iPhone picture? Well, the key is that I had a full-time job at that time, and I had to be to work that day, I think around 10:30, 11 o'clock. I ended up being an hour late. So I ended up having a friend of mine drive this child from Newark, New Jersey to Brooklyn with me because I didn't have my car this weekend. That weekend I had an accident. So he and I drove one of his girlfriend's vehicles from New Jersey, Newark, to East New York, Brooklyn. And we got there a little before 12. I want to say sometime between 11:30 and noon. We got out there. We saw someone who I had appointed my side's family of my goddaughter, just to make sure my daughter was always good. You know, black people, we always got that. And this person saw my child and screamed on me because they saw the injuries. Now, little have I known for the last 3 years that the offender of the child manipulated an iPhone picture, which I'm going to show you tomorrow night, to claim that at 11:50, the exact time that I was in East New York, Brooklyn with this child, that she was holding my infant daughter. Now, she did this to disrupt the timeline because she robbed my house and she needed to discredit me and make me look like a liar. So the easiest way to do that, so no one would think she assaulted the child and that she burglarized my home, was by falsifying an iPhone picture and taking a screenshot of it, which she used to send to ACS investigators and investigators in New Jersey so they would think I lied on her. Now, the system is so fucked up, people, and forgive my language for saying it, that these investigators never bothered to reach out to either of the parents to find out if it was true and if the child was in Brooklyn. No, they just closed the case because this girl was so connected with corrupt officials in Staten Island who actually helped her with the investigation that they shut the investigation down instead of trying to determine whether or not it was true. Well, audience, it wasn't true. It was a pathological lie. And there is a feature on iPhones that a lot of people probably know, where if you click the three buttons on the side of the picture, you can edit the picture and change the date and time of a photo. People, I didn't even know you could do this for a while until this happened. So now that I have the picture and I know that you can do this, my mission has become quite simple. It is to create enough awareness that I can convince a prosecutor or some state agency with the authority to subpoena two aspects of information from this woman and possibly reveal the truth that at 11:50 a.m. on this date, she was not in Newark, New Jersey, that she lied, and that she was actually in Staten Island, New York, and the picture she submitted to state officials is a complete fabrication. The only way to do that is to have a law enforcement agency issue what's called a grand jury subpoena, which is probably the most powerful subpoena you can get to get immediate action for information you want from a company. I haven't been able to do that in, I want to say, 3 or 4 years. And I've tried simply to prove that this woman left my house at a certain time. But now I have a different motive. The motive is to prove that there's no way possible that she could have been at my home at 11:50. And it doesn't even matter about me proving if she burglarized my home anymore. I don't even care about that. The only thing I actually care about is proving that this woman lied and that picture is fake. Because if I can prove that she wasn't at the house at 11:50 and the picture is fake, then it exposes her to fraud in the ACS investigation in the assault of my child. And people, that is far more important to me now than proving that this woman robbed my house. So tune in tomorrow, and I am going to walk you through step by step how an ex-girlfriend of mine adjusted the date and time of an iPhone picture to avoid accountability for assaulting an 8-month-old baby. And people, that is incredibly sad that I have to do this, people, but I think by doing it, I'll be spreading awareness of the truth of what really happened. And hopefully in spreading awareness, the right person will see it and something will get done. I'm really hoping that the mother sees it, because no mother should be so petty that a father doesn't want to be with her that she allows her only child to be assaulted and then stays quiet when she knows the abuser is lying. And the mother of my child definitely knows that on this particular day, before noon, that she had custody of her own daughter. She knows she had custody of her own daughter. So I'm hoping by showing the evidence that this woman falsified this picture and how you were able to stop doing it and how you're able to stop doing it, it'll win. So we're going to hope for the best, people, and tune in tomorrow. I'm going to say about 6 o'clock. And I'm going to walk you through step by step how an ex-girlfriend of mine fabricated and adjusted an iPhone picture to avoid liability for ACS charges. Tune in tomorrow, 6 o'clock. It's going to be a hell of a story, people, because this was deep. But now that I know this happened, I'm going to do everything in my power to prove this woman adjusted this picture and get justice for my infant daughter, because somebody has to do it. Clearly, the system doesn't care. Father has to care, and I care. Thank you for watching. Tune in tomorrow, people. It's going to be a hell of a show. Trust me.